down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot, and you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play, and you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like...
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They try off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
You ready? 50 seconds, come on. And watch your legs. Fire.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You go tight. You draw Parker.
To throw on second down, Gordon. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
50 seconds, Mike. 50, go. Here we go, G. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Gordon. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return, Harris. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hurt down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Dillard complete to his tight end Sample. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. There he goes left side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 3rd and 2, Gordon. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Hilton's first catch, good for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Gordon. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw. Gordon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready up. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Let's go, baby. Turn up. Get that ball.
Throwing on first down. Gordon. He'll check this down to Hines. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready to break. Watch the screen. Check safety. Check safety. 6-6, pull it high.
On first down, it's Hines. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Looking to throw on second down. Gordon trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Mike 54. That's right, baby.
On first down, Dillard. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. On first and 10, Gordon. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. To throw again. Gordon. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Indianapolis.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Gordon, it's caught by Funchess. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Ready? 18, Gator. Marcus, defense, Marcus. Hey, Haywood. 57, Mike 57. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Complete to Hilton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This quarterback now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
50 seconds, come on. Be a long day for you. 50 seconds. Now.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Yeah. 57 to Mark. Hey, Delta. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
From the gun, Gordon. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Dillard. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Check. He's crashing.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looking to throw. Gordon. He's got it to Hilton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to the score, Colts 14, Bengals 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Over the middle, complete. That's Bailey. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Dillard. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again. Dillard. Open man is Ross, complete. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready, ready. 15-1. 15-1. Get it.
Throwing on first down. Gordon. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
Down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Gordon. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now the second down throw on target. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. General West. Watch the pass. Slam.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one hauled in by Sample. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. On 1st down, Dillard. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Don't get nervous.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Room here to run. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run with Hines. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
We go! 91!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, box truck.
Operating from the gun, Gordon. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back two, Mike, let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Pro team spill. 52. I got it. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
To throw on third down. Gordon to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
On fourth down, Gordon. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep fighting.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dillard. He gets this one to Boyd. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 35 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for two, but weren't really sure they should go for two. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for two. They'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
To throw on second down, Gordon. And he whips that one incomplete there. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
1st down, Colts.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now it's Hines, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
At the Bengals' 30-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. But the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Mixon. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 19-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On 1st down, Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that rushing touchdown